Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Before I begin, don't forget to join my Discord server called Luke 10's Hangar. I plan on joining weekly, so if anybody wants to fly together, we can make that happen. My Discord server is linked down in the description below. Today I'll be flying out the Nakajima Ki-44-II Hei. The Ki-44-II Hei, also known by the Allied reporting name Tojo, was one of the Imperial Japanese Army's key interceptor fighters during World War II. It marked a sharp departure from Japan's earlier fighter design philosophy, which prioritized maneuverability and light construction over speed, climb rate, and firepower. In the late 1930s, the Imperial Japanese Army Air Force recognized the looming need for high-speed interceptors capable of countering modern bombers and fighters. The legendary Nakajima Ki-43 Oscar, while agile and lightweight, was underarmed and lacked the speed and firepower to effectively defend the Japanese airspace. This need led to the birth of the Ki-44 project, whose design was oriented around speed, climb rate, and firepower. The Ki-44-II Hei was produced after January of 1944. It had a Nakajima HA-109 engine with 1,551 horsepower and four 12.7mm HO-103 machine guns. Some of the design features are that it had a rugged construction which allowed it to dive and climb rapidly. It has slower roll rate and a higher stall speed than the Ki-43. Used a retractable tailwheel and improved cockpit armor in the Hei variant. It had poor visibility from the cockpit, but considered a fair trade-off for improved performance. The Ki-44 defended its skies against B-29 superfortresses above Japan, and you could see them also in Burma, China, Sumatra, and the Philippines. Initially, the Ki-44 was not liked by many pilots, especially veterans trained on the nimble Ki-43. However, more experienced pilots appreciated its climb rate and heavy guns, especially for intercepting bombers like the B-17 and B-29. And it was often used for tactical ramming attacks or very close-range firing passes due to the B-29's durability. Sadly, there are no complete Ki-44s after World War II. All surviving airframes were either scrapped or destroyed, and no full aircraft have survived. That's all for the history lesson. I hope you enjoy the combat. Right now I'm just trying to climb as high as I can so I can boom zoom some people. Thankfully I have my squad mate Honor with me, so hopefully we can get some good coordination here. One great thing about this game is that my squad mate and I are both flying a Ki-44, which I think is a severely underrated aircraft. It climbs very well, it's pretty fast, and it maneuvers alright. One bad thing about this aircraft is that it's so fragile. The Japanese were known for focusing more on maneuverability than really armor. And less armor comes less weight. And less weight usually means more maneuverability, and the controls are going to feel a lot lighter. But other than that, this aircraft is extremely good, the guns are really good on it, and overall it's a very nice aircraft to fly. Right now Honor and I are just looking for the highest enemies. Thankfully, it looks like we were able to outclimb everybody. We need to play this very smart. We're not going to dive on the first enemy that we see. For example, we see a P-51 and a P-38 right out in front of us. We want to definitely prioritize them because they're high and they're going to be some of the most dangerous aircraft. And just as we both suspected, almost all the American enemies are down low and in the middle of the map. I do not recommend anybody do that strategy. I would always side climb as high as you can. If you side climb, once you see all the enemies, then you can turn back in towards the middle and boom and zoom everybody. Now we see this P-38's coming in really close to us, so we're definitely going to prioritize him. I'm going to start my dive here. And as I'm diving, I'm always going to be looking around me, being aware of all my surroundings. But of course, the P-38 is just going to lose all of his altitude for everybody down low. It's good for us though, because now we can boom and zoom pretty much everybody. But even though everybody's low, we're still going to prioritize the best aircraft. That I-16 is already going for that P-51. The P-38's around pretty much everybody else. I'm looking at going for the P-47 because he's kind of flying out towards nowhere. I'm just watching my power setting and my airspeed as well. I really don't want to compress here. That P-47 is just flying straight and level. Probably doesn't even know that I'm here. I'm just going to wait to fire. He finally notices me. I'm going to start to fire here. Set him on fire. Now I'm going to extend away. I know there's still a ton of people around me, and thankfully Honor was able to kill that P-63. And then immediately after that kill, I'm going to climb back up to altitude, and I'm always going to be looking around me, being aware of all my surroundings. Now I see a P-51 coming in towards me. I definitely want to try to boom and zoom that guy. Being hit by one of those P-51's 20 mils is going to be really bad for me. I'm already pretty much a paper airplane. I'm going to be smart here and just climb. I have so much more energy than he does. Literally all I have to do here is climb. I know a lot of people would just go head on there. Please don't do that. Just please use all of your advantages. I cannot stress that enough. There's no reason to go head on there unless you both want to die. Thankfully he got taken out, and now there's a BF-110 and a P-51 behind me. I'm just going to stay above them and try to boom and zoom them. I'm going to try to stay out of both their gun sights, because that's going to be a really bad day for me if I get hit. I see both the P-51 and the BF-110. The BF-110 is really not that far behind the P-51, so I'm going to prioritize the BF-110. I really don't want to give the BF-110 my 6 if I were to go for the P-51. And look at that, just with a little bit of patience, I was able to stay above him and kill him. Not everything has to be a fully committed head-on. And the same thing with the P-51. I just stay above them, boom and zoom all of them, and they're dead. All you need is a little bit of patience and a little bit of coordination just to win a game. And then immediately after those kills, I'm going to climb back up to altitude and I'm always going to be looking around me, being aware of all my surroundings. Now we've got one guy left on the enemy team. Honor and I start climbing towards the enemy airfield because that's usually where the enemies are late game. And then thankfully I'm able to see the B-34 in the clouds, so we're going to turn back in towards him. I've got him in sight again, so I'm just going to dive on him here, fire at him, hit him, and I'm able to take him out. And just like that, with a little bit of coordination, we win the game. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my video. If anybody has any suggestions on what aircraft I'm going to fly next, please leave it in the comment section down below and I'd be happy to fly that aircraft.